Eleni, the Motor Show is the largest international automotive event in Southern Africa. What's on offer?
All right, so very good morning to you, Rafil. As you can see, a lot of activity behind me, 150,000 square meters of exhibition space, not only inside the Nasrec Center, but also outside. We have around 25,000 people that attended yesterday. It is raining in Johannesburg. That hasn't deterred people from coming to see what is going on. This event is getting bigger and bigger as they happen. Remember, it happens every second year. And joining us now to tell us a little bit more about some of the trends, we've got Craig Newman. He's the CEO of the Johannesburg Expo Center. Thank you so much, Craig. Good to have you on eNCA. It's a Sunday morning. It's just a lot of excitement that we're seeing here. And this specific motor show is growing exponentially. Tell us about some of the trends that you've seen happening over the last few years, despite the fact that we keep hearing bad news, particularly out of the automotive sector in the country.
Yes, Eleni, and you know, the manufacturers around the world who participate in this show, they continuously to invest, they continue to add and expand on their participation and their innovation to attract more people towards their brand. So they've done a fantastic job this year with all the reveals of the new motor vehicles that have been put on show here. And as you can see, the public, it's freezing cold out there, it's raining, but they are still pumping into the venue, and that's fantastic.
All right, it's exciting because we've got the commercial aspect and we also have the consumer aspect. So tell us about the buyers that come and engage with the manufacturers, the international players that then descend on the only motor show on the African continent.
Yes, look, essentially that's what it is. This is a trade show, it's a business-to-business show, but because the public and the consumers out there have all got interest in vehicles and all want to see what's out there, what's fast, what's not, what's comfortable, we open it up to the public. We've had the first 2 days, which was Wednesday and Thursday. That was particularly trade and media and the car launches, and we've had a tremendous interest from the rest of Africa. They've come out to see the reveals. They've been wined and dined by the manufacturers, and the manufacturers are feeling very gratitude that the consumers and the buyers have come out to look at their brands.
Well, tell us about how economically viable this actual event is, not only for the buyers, but also for the manufacturers that come and exhibit here. And we know around over 70 containers brought into the country to make this actual show happen. Tell us about the economic viability.
Yeah, look, every manufacturer wants their brand to be the brand in the country, irrespective of the level of the motor vehicle or the size or the target market. So they're all very competitive, and they come out and they spend their money knowing that they're going to get ROI with the consumers like you see today coming out and taking in the brand awareness.
What's fascinating is the original equipment manufacturing space in the country accounts for around 30% of overall manufacturing and accounts for 4.5% of overall GDP. We've seen a lot of troubles happening. This hasn't, and it's interesting because when it's sort of a dichotomy that is occurring when you see what is happening on the ground, and then when you come to a showcase of this kind, we see the kind of interest that is occurring as well. Tell us about the differences that you're experiencing at this stage.
Well, this show presents the perfect platform for the manufacturers to turn around consumer thinking, to get consumer confidence in their brand. So irrespective of what's happening behind the scenes at the manufacturing plants, this is the opportunity to get back the positive side with regards to bringing people back into their brands. Yeah.
Okay, Craig, I've got a bit of a problem. I'm doing a lot of research to figure out, as a journalist should, which car suits me best. What is the most exciting car here, and do you think that I should be looking at it?
You're putting me on the spot here. You know, every car is exciting here, every car is great, every car is good. But I think I know you want the commitment from me, so I'll say what has interested me in particular is the Mercedes-Benz S400 hybrid. Okay, I just thought it's a fantastic car, the whole manufacturing behind it and the greening and all of that taken into account. But that's me, you know, you ask somebody 10 years younger than me, they're going to tell you something else.
Okay, and I'm glad you mentioned hybrid because it is all about greening, it is all about ensuring that we move towards sort of a greener environment. Is that one of the biggest trends that you've seen over the last few years?
Absolutely, there are more and more manufacturers that are manufacturing in that way at the moment, and as you can see, almost every brand you go to, almost every exhibit you go to, they've got their hybrids on show.
Fantastic, Craig. Thank you very much for joining us. Good to have you on eNCA this Sunday morning. That was Craig Newman. He's the CEO of the Johannesburg Expo Center. A lot of people are coming here today, and we'll of course be giving you updates as the day goes on and some of the interesting trends that are playing out, and we'll also be speaking to some key manufacturing companies as well. Rafil, back to you.
Well, that was the eNCA anchor Eleni in Nasrec.
News that moves. eNCA.com.